In what ways does your media product use, develop or challenge forms and conventions of real media products?
The use of red in my music video was very, very heavily influenced by Stanley Kubrick's 2001: A Space Odyssey and his film The Shining, which was an adaptation of Stephen King's novel, which was produced in 1980. The use of red in these films has connotations of rage and lust, which is a good juxtaposition between each of the two things and each of the characters in the films. The use of red is also used in Cocoon, Catfish in the Bottomless song. The song is about not caring about what other people think of you, as long as you've got someone there to hold yourself together with. And as long as you've got this companionship to be with someone. I wanted to use it with the emotive lyrics of my burning witness, and then we have the curtains with the flame flashing red with my character stood in the middle.
I think another way is the footage of the band performing a song as well as a member lip syncing. A real media example is from Catfish and the Bottlemans music video for Kathleen, where close-ups and wide shots are used to show the band as a unit and individually. This means the audience can recognise the band members and get a more personal feel to them. We also filmed in a music studio and had characters playing the drums and the guitar and singing, which was really important form for the indie pop genre. It allows a build-up of some community of music lovers at the same time. Our media product uses a convention seen in real media products is through portraying friendship, joking around with friends, spending time relaxing. An example could be 21 Pilots music video for Stressed Out, which shows friends chatting and drinking at the side of the road, which sort of represents the audience of the indie pop genre, as friends are really important to their tribe. We've also incorporated this theme into our indie pop music video, as there are a few scenes of mates and members of the band like chilling on top of the car, drinking and smoking.
The 1975 is a very good, influential band who sing about drugs, love and having a good time. Their song Robbers and Somebody Else have low levels of lighting which are used to convey the subtle, sinister tones of the lyrics in the songs. Comparatively, the lead singer, Matt Healy, is riding a skateboard as he is cross-cut with him crying and screaming silently, which is a good juxtaposition because of the scenario and the emotions. Him looking like he's enjoying himself to secretly within the lyrics screaming to himself. Psalm 41 of Blink-182 also use skating as a metaphor for Eden, their lyrics, and finding their happy place and what they enjoy as the sort of stereotypical hobbies of pop-punk artists. The use of skating was sort of a subtle nod to Avril Lavigne's music video Skaterboy, which is one of the most highly influential videos of all time in indie pop genre. And it's about just this skater boy, it's a love song. It's also about hobbies and interests and the lifestyle of someone who is a indie pop artist. And the fast cutting throughout the montage clips at the end of my video juxtaposes the previous on-beat tempo of the song. This is also used in Teenagers by My Chemical Romance, which was released in 2006, about angsty, scary teenagers not being understood, and it sort of is a good comparison of how it's a beating heart of the teenagers, and also when it's offbeat, it's sort of well, okay, we're being taken out of this rhyme and this sort of childlike momentum.
How effective is the combination of your main product and ancillary texts?
We also combined ancillary texts such as a magazine advert, an album cover and storyboards, which are all relevant to our production. In my opinion, the most effective one has been the magazine advert. This is because in a real media situation, marketing techniques such as this would be used to promote the new single and music video. We would want to reach as wide an audience as possible to obtain the most views and publicity. We created a page with an image of a forest being the main focus, as this is the typical connotation of the word Eden, which is asked in our song title. And there were sun rays beaming through which would grab the reader's attention. The song title and artist's name is then printed bold along with the hashtag #FindOurEden, which is the name of the song. So the fans and online consumers can start a trend of explaining their Eden, which is like what we did in our music video, which would consequently be creating more promotion.
The front cover portraying a new wave look for indie pop, and the back cover being an entire new piece of artists on its own. I thought I should bring the metaphor through to the front cover of what our song is about, which is finding our reader, and making it full of eye-catching visual elements and effects. The front cover has taken a simple styling as it's easy to read. Sizing of each word may vary due to the importance of each word, so Eden is the biggest word and all the other ones are smaller and dotted around. The cover in its entirety is very effective at catching the eyes of the audience and can be seen as having stylings of pop and indie pop covers. Stylings have been taken from Tyler the Creator's album Bumblebees, which features a bee on a yellow background. Stanley Kubrick's influences on the text of the back cover of my album has also been applied here to force power. It is pushing the text away from its background towards the reader, allowing it to be easily digested and understood. This entices the reader and possibly new customers to buy the single, but it is also a brilliant piece of art with varying inspirations from new wave or older style of film. It features London traffic that has been edited in a way so that the colours and textures are brought forwards. Many of the cars are black and white and grey, but the ones that are hitting the lens flares become more beautiful mixes of colour between blue and purple and pink, and stands out from the busy background.
I feel the storyboards that we produced worked efficiently when producing our media product, as it gave our group order and direction, and we knew exactly what to do and when to do it. It also allowed us to develop on our ideas. For example, we could see success and improvement as they were easier to recognise and adapt. This meant that we stayed on track and met deadlines.
What have you learned from your audience feedback?
The background to some of our footage were too irrelevant and confused the idea of where the location was. We thought that there was some untidiness in the background. For example, there was goalposts and children playing in the back of our skating shots. We know now to consider the composition of the background, even if the focus is on the foreground.
We created a quick survey with the intention of gaining some effective audience feedback. As our target audience includes any lovers of indie pop, we posted the survey onto online indie music hubs and communities so we could get reliable, specific data. We asked questions such as, what did the meaning of Eden come across as to you, and what made you want to carry on watching the music video and why? From this feedback, we have learnt that overall our music video was enticing and quick sharp shots were the main reason viewers were interested and continued watching. We have also learnt that the majority of people who watched believed that Eden was a generic term for whatever your passion is. This is the metaphor that we intended, so we're glad that this came across.
Shots where the skaters come towards the camera, do a trick and then carry on, are used largely by other artists in products to convey the lifestyle and the growing power of the teens as they mature. My survey said that 90% of young boys who watched it, who were indie pop enthusiasts, wanted to be a part of it, whereas only 30% of the young female indie pop enthusiasts wanted to be a part of it. I also found out that about 60% of them could ride a skateboard or have hobbies associated to the indie pop movement, for example playing bass or electronic guitar, which shows that they may not even be able to play these instruments or be a part of it, and yet it was enticing for them to watch, and they, as an audience, as a group, wanted to be a part of it. Therefore showing that the audience was a perfect fit for the music video due to the similar interest and stylistic techniques used when filming. Near the end of my video, with the offbeat cutting, many people asked if the indie pop had made a mistake in the editing, which shows how ordered people think things have to be and how ordered this audience sees things as. They see it as a certain way and there are certain rules to follow, whereas I've shown in my video that they can be broken.
How did you use media technologies in the construction and research, planning and evaluation stages?
We used media techniques in the research stage of production because we used YouTube to research similar indie pop songs so we could further our knowledge on the genre. YouTube is great because after finishing the video that we selected, masses of relevant suggestions are shown, which broadened our understanding even more. Additionally, we filmed a spoof music video with a basic handheld camera and then used computer editing software to edit and create a first draft music video. For Although this song was a separate genre, it was extremely helpful so we could get to grips with the filming and editing software before final construction. As for the planning stage, we used technologies such as Google Earth, YouTube and Epidemic Sound to develop a plan of how we would like to, what we would like to produce. So Google Earth helped us because it allowed us to pick a location to film at. We found a beautiful viewpoint in a nearby forest, which is the New Forest. It also meant we could plan our journey on how to get there. As before, we used YouTube, this time to watch documentaries and clips ranging from indie rock artists, pop festivals and how to use props in a music video, which gave us lots of pre-production ideas. During construction, we mostly used a Canon camera with a professional lens attachment, so we could shoot close-up shots as well as high-resolution footage. Alongside this was a tripod in order to keep the shots steady and in focus, as well as straight. Once the filming was complete, we jumped onto the computer and began editing using specialist software. To begin with, we chopped down clips, changed lighting, merged footage together and experimented with the sound.
Personally, I chose the Weeknd song Starboy as it had a chilling atmosphere with the music video, but also shared the same basic stylings of a lot of other music videos I'd seen, such as Cocoon and as Kathleen by Catfish and the Bottlemen. As I continued into my research, I started to see some of the same things occurring in the music videos, where they had the same shots used, and the same panning shots used, and close-ups and lighting and visual effects. The use of hyperlinks to Wikipedia pages made my work easy to navigate and annotate, and the amount of research that I had done was easily accessible, which allowed me to dive deep into what indie pop was, how you've got angsty pop, you've got teen rock, and you've got all these different genres that all make up